Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to talk about my ranking of the Batman Arkham video games. Now, as you know, or as I haven't really said before, I don't think, Batman Arkham series is probably one of my favorite franchises of all time in general. As a big Batman fan, Arkham City is literally in my top 3 games of all time in general. And also, all the other Arkham games as well, or at least the mainline Arkham games, are also up there with Arkham City. Not particularly in the top 5 or anything, but in general, I still love them. I love them a lot, and they will always stick with me no matter what. So today, I wanted to talk about every single Arkham game, just the main 4. I'm not going to talk about its DLCs or its multiplayers, like Arkham Origins multiplayers. Today, I'm just focusing on the main campaigns, maybe the challenges a little bit, just the core game in itself. So, right off the bat, I want to talk about Batman Arkham Asylum. Now, Batman Arkham Asylum is the first Arkham game I played, and I did start playing it around when City released, back in 2011 or 12, just around that area, because I don't really remember particularly, but I knew that City was out at the time and Origins wasn't. But Arkham Asylum is the beginning, and it was really good start as well. And I just want to mention that the gameplay is fantastic. It started the whole series obviously, and then eventually got better as time went on. But the way it started, the way the combat is, the way the Predator challenges were, it felt very much like Batman, and you were stranded on an island and you felt alone in a lot of different ways, yet you still feel like fucking Batman. And that was one of the coolest elements of it for me, along with the fucking atmosphere, the music, for God's sakes, in the asylum. It has a lot of scary aspects in that game. Like, a lot of fucking scary aspects in that game. While also having unique characters, unique villains, as fucking weird and goofy as they might seem, but they also have that charismatic, just personality to them, or something to them, especially Joker, because you don't really see too many villains until later on in the other games. But it works so well for me, and I replay this game every year, if not twice every fucking year, collecting all the Riddler trophies at once. And the story is great, the atmosphere is great, it has a horror vibe to it, which, ultimately I do fucking love, and, it started off the franchise, and it did really well. I love it. It's a fucking 9 out of 10 for me. And speaking of the campaign, and then we can talk about the challenges. The challenges were okay. I wasn't a big fan of it too much. It was alright. It was challenging, like it implies. And Arkham Asylum, in general, is just a great game, but you don't have really a variety to choose from when it comes to suits, or when it comes to anything like that, depicting Batman, because I know you had 2 suits. You only had the normal suit and another suit, which is more like an armored suit, which wasn't that bad, but, it would be nice to have more. And also, I'd like to mention that this game does remind me a lot of Assassin's Creed. I'm not sure if they were inspired by it or not, because I know it came out in 2009. Assassin's Creed came out 2 years prior, so I'm not actually sure. But in general, I love this game to death, and it easily gets a 9 out of 10 from me. And now let's get into City. Arkham City, like I said, my top 3 games in fucking general. Like, it is my number 1 pick for sure, and the way it presents everything, it's just beautiful. It just improves on everything. Like, the graphics might be very similar to Asylum in many ways, and I mean, basically is the same thing. It's just maybe a little better, I'm not sure, but in general, the bat suit looks a bit different. It looks a bit bluer, and everyone kills it again, and the story is way better. It's more intense. It doesn't have the horror vibe too much, or it has a little more horror vibe than the other games aside from Asylum, but it is just fucking amazing. You can finally fly through Arkham City. You can finally glide around and do whatever pleases you. And when I played this game for the first time, I was like, holy shit, I am literally fucking Batman. And you get to do so much. It's quicker, it's faster, it's, you get to do so much at the time when it came out, and you get to do all these other challenges. You get to see more and more villains, so many side quests. Maybe a bit too much Riddler trophies, but Asylum already had enough too. So, but I'm always up for Riddler trophies, honestly. It doesn't matter to me. It's not like I'm looting chests like I am in Assassin's Creed. Those things annoy me and stuff if I'm trying to get to 100%. But Riddler trophies do not, because even though they could be placed in random locations, they also have different challenges that the player has to figure out, or the player has to do, and it's just really cool in general. And yeah, that is easily a motherfucking 10 out of fucking 10 for me. And let's get to the next one that is a prequel to it that came out in 2013. It's a prequel to Asylum, I think 7 or 8 years before Arkham Asylum, actually. So instead of Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, you now have fucking Troy Baker as Joker. You have Roger Craig Smith, which both did a fantastic job, by the way. And again, the atmosphere is on point. It doesn't have the little horror. It doesn't have the little horror elements, is what I'm trying to say. But it does a really good job portraying the characters at the beginning, and just the way it is. And there might be some controversy towards this game because, yeah, it does have glitches, but I think the atmosphere is definitely on point. I do like the characters a lot. It feels a lot better in a lot of areas too. I love Bane. I love Joker. They start that dynamic where they begin the relationship between Harley Quinn and Joker, even though it didn't go that far, but that wasn't necessarily the point. It was just the beginning of the Arkham franchise, in a sense, and it was really cool. I remember buying it or getting it the year it came out, maybe not the day, but the year it came out, right close to its release date, and I thought it was fucking awesome. It might just reuse the Arkham City assets, but it also adds a whole new level to it at the same time. And even though it might be one of the shortest games in the series, aside from Asylum, I mean, I feel like it is the shortest game, but you still have a lot of challenges. And I'd like to add one thing, though, is that the challenges were fucking good. I love the challenges, but at the same time, you also have to get to this limit where you have to you have to beat all the challenges in the campaign, or not all of them, but to get the Sonic Batarang or something like that. And that honestly pissed me off. That still pisses me off to this day. So if they ever remaster it, I hope they fix it so you can actually do all the challenges in one run instead of doing a New Game Plus, because I'm a much bigger fan of doing one run playthroughs while also achieving everything in there. So like I Am the Night challenges, or something, I think it was called that. It's a night challenges. But the enemies don't spawn in their locations anymore like they do in cities, so that really fucking pisses me off. But it's still a great game, and yeah, it's amazing game in general. Now on to Arkham Knight, which is by far also an amazing game, but there is a lot of flaws within its campaign, within its story, that just really get to me. It really bugs me, especially Jason Todd's story, where it was kind of the obvious, and like, but I just want to mention, it does a phenomenal job on the fucking graphics. It's like ahead of its fucking time, ahead. And honestly, it's so weird, like, it's just crazy. And this is the Arkham game where it goes the fastest, Arkham Asylum started it all. Arkham City, did better or improved. Arkham Origins improved a little bit, but it was still the same graphics as City. And then Arkham Knight went way through there, and everything. You can ride the motherfucking Batmobile. You have a whole damn set of suits, not only for Batman but the other characters as well. through the challenges, which not to mention they have a lot of fucking challenges and they are worth it. They're really fun. I think they improve a lot in this game with that stuff. But sadly, it does not have that great of an atmosphere to me. When I go through the city, I don't really feel anything. And like I do with the other ones, Arkham Asylum has a great atmosphere. City has a great atmosphere. Origins has a great atmosphere. Sadly, I don't think Arkham Knight really has one. It feels a bit bland, and like while it looks so pretty and so, gothic, it looks beautiful. It looks fucking beautiful. I love Arkham Knight, okay? Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying that in general, the atmosphere is not on point. It's not as great, and the campaign isn't that great. I mean, it's okay, but it's good. I loved it as it is, but it does have some flaws in it. But that doesn't take away from me loving it, because I know, this game still means a lot to me as a Batman fan, especially when you can ride the motherfucking Batmobile, even if the tank battles are pointless or the fucking shooting things with the Batmobile in general. I just don't like that stuff, but either way, it is fucking cool. It was fucking cool at the time, and the graphics are still, to this day, phenomenal, and way better than some of the graphics we get on new-gen consoles. So, like, it's so cool, and I am so sad that they never continued this franchise. Other than Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which I probably will review when it does release, but that's pretty much all I have to say for this. I think they're all great in their own regards, but now let me tell you this. My ranking of the Arkham games as a whole is my number 1 is Arkham City. My number 2 is Arkham Asylum. I fucking love Arkham Asylum. Number 3 is Arkham Origins. I love Arkham Origins, especially the atmosphere and just so many things that I feel like are way too unappreciative. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. But then number 4 is sadly Arkham Knight. So I have City at 10 out of 10. Arkham Asylum, I'll actually move it up. I'll put it 9.5 out of 10. Origins, 9 out of 10. And Arkham Knight, 8.5 out of 10. So either way, I fucking love all of these goddamn games. They're fucking beautiful. They're some of my favorite games of all time. Like I said, I have nothing against Arkham Knight. I think it has some problems, and I still have problems with it. And it's hard for me to replay the game, actually, because the other games I have a lot more fun with, or at least it's a lot more satisfying in so many ways. But at the same time, I still love the game to death. I love all of the games. I think all of them are phenomenal. I hope they continue this franchise, but sadly, I don't know if they're actually ever going to do that. We won't probably get the same combat or Predator challenges as a whole. I wish it was just an Assassin's Creed route where they would just keep making or keep pushing out these fucking games and at least build a universe, because while we're getting Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League and Batman will apparently be in it, whether that'll be Bruce Wayne or Jason Todd or Dick Grayson or whoever it will be, unless it's a prequel or, something like that, it makes me sad that it won't continue. The Arkhamverse will still always be in my heart. Nothing will replace it. No Gotham Knights will fucking touch that shit. So, thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment down below. Put down your ranking, what you think the Arkham games is in your opinion. And, like and subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.